tour. We also look forward to engaging our customers, sharing our solutions and deepening the exceptional experiences we strive to deliver to individuals and businesses alike. On behalf of MTN Ghana, I extend our sincere appreciation to the CEO of GIPC, a good friend of mine, and the entire team for their dedication to Ghana's economic transformation. We value this partnership deeply, and together we can help build a stronger, more
welcome,
competitive,
Honorable Minister. Before we have a seat, I'll invite my colleague Salim to give us the opening prayer, please.
Let's pray. We thank you, Lord, for today. We thank you for everyone in our midst. We pray in Jesus' name that it will be a successful forum. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. My name is Victoria Kosia-Koba, Head of Regional and Global Operations at the Ghana Investment Promotion Authority, and I'll be your moderator for today. The Ahafo Regional Minister, Honorable Mrs. Charity Gardner, the Deputy Chief Executive Officer, GIPA, Mr. Abdul Razak Baba, the Regional Manager, Ghana Free Zones Authority, Ashanti Region, Mr. Samed Akalilu, the Regional Coordinating Council and heads of MMDAs across the Ahafo region, the Ahafo Regional Chamber of Commerce, entrepreneurs, women and youth-led enterprises, cooperative groups, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning and thank you for being here. This forum brings us together under the theme Driving Local Investment, Unlocking Regional Potential, Mapping Opportunities and Mobilizing Growth in the Ahafo region. Without further delay, let's get into today's program. It's now my pleasure to invite the Ahafo Regional Minister, Honorable Mrs. Charity Gardner, to deliver welcome remarks on behalf of the Ahafo region. A round of applause.
Thank you very much, Madam. I thought I was going to get a briefing space more before reading, but then, okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity. The Chief Executive Officer for Ghana Investment Promotion Center, the Honorable Municipal Chief Executive, Head of Service Departments and Agencies, Development Partners, and Head of Businesses. All other protocols duly observed. It is with a profound gratitude and a great pleasure that I welcome you all to the Ahafo Regional Investment Roadshow 2026. On behalf of the chiefs and the good people of the Ahafo region, the Regional Coordinating explore opportunities in mining support
Heavily endowed with fertile soils, commercial gold deposits, and dense forest reserves, the Ahafo region is one of Ghana's most resourceful economic frontiers, offering diverse profitable investment opportunities backed by major national industrial development initiatives. Crafted in 2019 from the former Bron Ahafo region, Ahafo is home to an estimated population of about 570,000 people predominantly engaged in agriculture, agro-processing, mining, commerce, forestry, and timber production. With Goso as its regional capital, the region covers a land area of approximately 5,193 square kilometers and is traversed by the Bear and Tano rivers, which provide abundant water resources for agriculture and industry. Agriculture remains the backbone of the regional economy, employing nearly 2/3 of the active labor force. Ahafo is a major producer of cocoa and cashew, alongside food crops such as cassava, cocoyam, and plantain, particularly within the Asunafo North and Esutifi North districts. Significant opportunities exist for investors to establish processing facilities for cashew nuts, cocoa derivatives, palm oil, and other agricultural products. Strategic partnerships with existing facilities, including MIM Cashew, can further strengthen the region's cashew processing industry. In addition, 650 acres of fertile land have been earmarked for the Sotifi South Farmer Scheme project, dedicated to commercial vegetable production. Supported by a dedicated irrigation dam, 6 mechanized boreholes, and reservoir tanks, the project is expected to generate approximately 500 direct jobs for young people. The Esutifi Processing and Services Center, APSC, established by Newmont Ahafo Mine, currently supports more than 2,600 farmers in cultivating and processing ginger and chili pepper into powders and flakes, demonstrating the region's commitment to sustainable agriculture and value addition. Similarly, the Sankori Cocoa Station, operated by Cocoa Board, maintains a 1,000-acre demonstrational farm dedicated to hybrid cocoa seedlings and improved pod production, helping farmers increase productivity while creating opportunities for investors in cocoa research, seed multiplication, irrigation systems, and farm inputs. With increasing mechanization across the agricultural sector, attractive business opportunities also exist in agricultural equipment leasing, including tractors, combine harvesters, plows, irrigation equipment, drones, and precision farming technologies. Israel Mango Farms, the region's largest mango plantation, spanning over 150 acres, supplies fresh mangoes for juice production, dried fruit processing, and export markets. The farm welcomes investment partnerships in irrigation systems, refrigerated transport, renewable energy solutions, cold chain logistics, and post-harvest handling. Ahafo's extensive forest reserves provide abundant opportunities within the timber value chain. The timber industry is the region's second largest employer, with MIM serving as its principal commercial hub. Investors can capitalize on opportunities in sustainable timber harvesting, sawmilling, furniture manufacturing, veneer production, plywood manufacturing, engineered wood product, and wood exports. Ahafo occupies a central position in Ghana's mining industry, anchored by large-scale multinational operations. Newmont Ahafo Mines remains the region's largest mining operation, providing approximately 7,000 direct and indirect jobs while improving livelihoods through the Newmont Ahafo Development Foundation, NADEF, which invests significantly in education, healthcare, water systems, and community infrastructure across 10 communities in the Esotifi North and Tano North districts. These mining operations generate sustained demand for engineering services, heavy equipment maintenance, technical spare parts, industrial chemicals, personal protective equipment, haulage services, catering, accommodation, environmental consulting, and specialized mining technologies, creating significant investment opportunities for local and international suppliers. Ahafo is an important commercial hub within Ghana's Middle Belt. Goso Market is the largest market in the region and the second largest market in the Middle Belt after Techiman, serving as a major trading center for agricultural commodities. To stimulate regional commerce, the Ahafo Regional Coordinating Council is implementing an ambitious program to modernize selected markets under Ghana's 24-hour economy initiative. The newly developed Hwidium Market has designated land for this transformative project. Private sector investors can take advantage of opportunities in cold storage facilities, modern warehouses, solar-powered energy systems, transport terminals, distribution centers, and agro-logistics services. Rapid urbanization, population growth, and expanding mining activities have increased demand for integrated waste management solutions. Integrated Recycling and Compost Plant Limited, ARICOP, has established itself as a pioneer in recycling in the region, demonstrating the commercial viability of the circular economy. Additional investment opportunities include establishment of waste transfer stations to improve collection efficiency, expansion of recycling facilities across plastics, paper, metal, and organic waste streams, production of compost for cocoa, vegetable, and commercial farming, manufacturing recycled plastic products such as buckets, bowls, containers, and household items, production of refuse-derived fuel, RDF, for cement and steel industries, export-oriented organic fertilizer production. Sumera Farms, the largest locally owned palm plantation in the region, spans more than 1,500 acres and combines palm oil production with garri processing and other agricultural enterprises. The oil palm value chain presents investment opportunities in palm oil refining, soap and cosmetic manufacturing, industrial oils, animal feed production, biomass energy, activated carbon production from palm kernel shells for gold purification and water treatment. The Technology Solutions Center in Bejem serves as a vocational institution equipping young people with practical artisanal skills. Graduates manufacture simple agricultural processing equipment and provide technical services to local industries. Investment in modern workshops, student accommodation, digital laboratories, equipment, and teaching facilities could expand enrollment and strengthen the region's skilled workforce. Beyond its economic resources, Ahafo possesses enormous tourism potential. The spectacular Membour mountain range near Mem offers ideal conditions for hiking, rock climbing, paragliding, camping, ecotourism, and recreational development. Kukuom, one of the region's oldest traditional settlements, is deeply rooted in Bono Akan civilization, providing opportunities for cultural tourism development. Ahafo is steadily emerging as a breeding ground for football talent. The region has produced players such as Caleb Urenchi, who plays professional football in Denmark and who represented Ghana at the recent 2026 World Cup in America. communities including Bechem and Driayaunkwanta continue to nurture promising young footballers, creating investment opportunities in football academies, sport infrastructure, talent development, sports medicine, and sport tourism. The presence of high-income professionals employed by mining, forestry, and commercial enterprises continue to drive demand for executive residential housing, modern gated communities, international standard hotels, conference facilities, serviced apartments, high-quality private schools, healthcare facilities, retail, and lifestyle development. The Ahafo region is ready for investment. The Ahafo region is open for business. Ghana is open for business.
Existing protocol for the sake of time. And Madam had to leave, but she's so gracious enough to stay for my presentation. So I'll make it very quickly so Madam can leave for other important matters. I think the video did a very good job of explaining what the opportunities that are present here in the Ahafo region. So I'll go through my presentation very, very quickly. Honorable Minister, my job today is to do three things. Okay, so my job here is to explain, why you should invest in this region. The region may be small, like I was telling the Honorable Minister, but the region is mighty. As you can see, some of the things that are going on in this region. The second question I'll answer is what? What are some of the opportunities that are available in this region? And then the final thing I'll do is to explain how you can take advantage of this opportunity. So moving on to why you should be investing in the in the Ahafo region. The region. Can we go back one slide? Okay. So so very quickly, the region, its capital is Goso, which is where we are right now. Our population is a pretty sizable population, about 564,000 people. The land area is about 5,100 square kilometers. There are about 6 districts in this region, and the 3 main investment pieces for this region is agriculture, which is the backbone of this region, employs almost more than half of the workforce that are here. Some of the top producing products or crops that come from this region, it's maize, plantain, cassava, cashew, mango, as we saw in the video. The unfortunate thing is that we have these raw materials, but what we are lacking is value addition. And so as you can see, the industry, which should be adding value to the raw materials that we have, unfortunately, employs only 8.5% our total workforce here in this region. We need to change that, and that's why GIPC is here today. And of course, mining is a core piece of what this region does. Of course, the new Ahafo mines are here, and they opened their new mine, I think, last year, which they have already invested about $900 million into that. My next slide, please. Yeah, so what makes Ahafo one of the preferred destinations for investment? The first thing, like I said, is that it is an agriculture powerhouse. There are a lot of crops that do really well in this region. The second reason is that it's strategically located. I mean, you cannot access the southern part of this country without necessarily going through this region, and as well as it's also connected to the north if you want to go to the north. And of course, the Honorable Regional Minister and her team are working very hard to improve the infrastructure of this region. I know the Honorable Minister's budget, majority of them is going to infrastructural development. So the Honorable Minister is working very hard to ensure that our roads are good. We have stable power, and we also have good drinking water. Next step. Okay, so unfortunately, Honorable Minister, yes, Ahafo has the potential, but how has Ahafo done in the past 35 years when it comes to attracting investment? So this data we see right here is the amount of foreign direct investment, which is money coming from abroad into our country to invest. So over 30 years, Ghana has attracted more than $52 billion worth of foreign direct investments. But Honorable Minister, the unfortunate thing is that most of this investment has gone to Accra, Kumasi, and the Western region. And less than 1% of it has come into this region. About 60 million out of the $52 billion that has come to it. We want to change this narrative. Because like I said, this region has a lot of potential. So we want to change the narrative. We want to see Ahafo region go all the way to at least top 5. We are not looking to replace Accra or Kumasi or the other regions. But what we are looking to do is to replicate what is happening in those regions for this region as well. So next slide. So Honorable Minister, I want to spend a little bit of time to talk about some of the incentives that are available for investors who are looking to come here, Ahafo region, to invest. The first thing I want to talk about is the incentive that are available in the agriculture sector. Next slide, please. So Ghana offers a lot of generous incentives in the agriculture sector. The first thing I want to talk about is that if you are into agriculture, I want you to know that if you are importing your agriculture equipment, your fertilizers, your agro products, those are exempt from import duties and VAT. You need to go to the Ministry of Agriculture to get those clearance that you need. In addition to that, if you are into tree crops such as oil, palm, coffee, or rubber, you pay 1% corporate income tax for 10 years. The standard corporate income tax in Ghana is 25%. But if you're into this specific sectors, you only pay 1% for 10 years. In addition to that, we have what we call the location-based incentive. What it means is that if you are located here in Goso, instead of paying 25% corporate income tax, government is saying that because you are located here, you are only paying 15%. And if you are located outside of Goso, but still within the region, the Ahafo region, you pay 10% corporate income tax versus the 25% headline that everybody else is paying. But in addition to that, if you are just starting your agricultural business, and for the first 5 years, you make losses, government is saying that these losses, you can carry those losses into the future, and that would help offset some of the taxes that you pay. Next slide. There are also exemptions and incentives in the manufacturing space. So if you are an agro-processing plant operating here in Goso, instead of paying 25% corporate income tax, you pay only 18.7%. In addition to that, if you are located outside of Goso, but still within the Ahafo region, you even pay much lower. You pay 12.5% instead of the 15%, 25%. Next slide, please. And the most incentive package we have is what we call the strategic investor. So if you're an investor that has $50 million and above, you are looking to come to Ahafo region to invest, what government is saying that because of the amount that you are bringing to this region, you can basically sit with government and negotiate whatever incentives that you have. In addition to that, we have a huge affordable housing deficit. So what government is saying is that if you're a company that wants to come to the Ahafo region to create affordable housing, government is saying that you pay only 1% corporate income tax for 5 years. And if you're into hotel such as this one, you don't pay 25%, you pay 22%. If you are going into waste processing, you want to come here, you want to set up a waste processing plant, government is saying that pay 1% corporate income tax for 7 years. Next slide. Okay, so let's quickly talk about some of the investment opportunities that are available. And I know the video did a good job of it, so I'll run through this very quickly. Next slide, please. The first one I want to talk about, of course, is mining. Ghana is the #1 gold producer in Africa, #1. Last year, we did about 6 million ounces of gold, and of course, Ahafo region played a significant role in producing these numbers. So what it means is that there are several opportunities in the gold sector. So there's gold ore processing and refinery facilities that we are inviting investors to come and set up those refinery facilities here and take advantage of the mining that is going on here. We also have mining logistics, warehousing, supply depots. So not everyone should go or must go into the upscale mining, actually owning the mine in the mine. There are other mine support services, like the Honorable Minister mentioned, that people can take advantage of. Next slide. And what I really want to focus on, Honorable Minister, is the local content in mining, which a lot of people are not aware of. So Ghana laws, our mining laws, ensures that some specific services that these big mining companies need, those services should go to Ghanaian-owned companies and Ghanaian companies. And these are some of the list of things that they should, by law, procure from Ghanaians. You can see things like security services, catering services for our mothers that are here. If they need cement, if they need electrical cables, if they need lubricants, if they need PPEs, all of these things, our law says that they should procure from Ghanaians. And just to give you an idea of how huge this opportunity is, in 2023, mining companies procured about $3 billion worth of materials. $3 billion, not three Ghana cities, $3 billion worth of materials. But they complained that they could only get about 40% of that here in Ghana. Only 40%. And the 60% they couldn't get here from Ghana. They had to go and then get it from somewhere. So there's a huge gap that Ghanaians can take advantage of. And it's very easy to take advantage of that. All you need to do is to go to the Minerals Commission, set up your company, choose what scale of services you want to provide. Either you want to provide for small scale or you want to provide for large scale. And once you do that, you can approach Newmont and the rest of the big mining companies to get some of these contracts that they are required under the law to give to Ghanaians. Next slide. So there are some changes that are coming in the mining sector, which are, very, very good changes. The first one is that there's going to be a sliding scale royalty rate, where our royalty will change based on the global mineral prices. So before, our royalty rate was fixed at 5%. So if gold prices were going up, mining companies will only pay 5%. If gold prices were coming down, they still pay that 5%. What government is saying is that we want to vary this royalty rate. So if gold prices are going up, then as a mining company, you need to pay more, right? If gold prices are coming down, you also pay less. In addition to that, of course, there are exploration incentives. So VAT has been abolished for exploration. We know Gold Board is here, and Gold Board is in the system and regulating buying and selling of minerals. And we know there has been a ban on mining in our forest areas. No excuses. There is a complete total ban in mining in our forest areas. Next slide. So let's talk about cashew. We cannot come to Ahafo in the Bono regions. I understand that Queen Mother Mama is here, so please let's stand up and welcome her, please. Okay. Please permit me to acknowledge the presence of Nana Efiasewa, Manhima of the Goso traditional area. Mami Akwaba. Yes. And you and your delegation, welcome. I must say, you bring a lot of color to this, so welcome to all of you. Yeah. And also, unfortunately, as the Honorable Minister said, she had something that she needs to attend to as soon as possible. She's been very gracious with her time, but she would want to take a leave of us right now. So, Honorable Minister, thank you very much for your time. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. So yes, I was talking about the cashew opportunities that are available in this region. Of course, Ghana produces more than 80,000 metric tons of raw cashew nuts every year. And the sad reality is that 90% of these raw cashew nuts are exported out of this country unprocessed. And what it means is that we are losing a lot of value that our country and this region is losing. In addition to that, about 1.8 million metric tons of the cashew fruits rot in the farms. 1.8 million. And that's why I think it's very, very imperative for foreign investors, but most especially for Ghanaian-based investors, to take advantage of the numerous opportunities that the cashew sector offers. There are opportunities to roast and package the cashew nuts for local and even export markets. The cashew fruit itself, which is called the cashew apple, can be processed into fresh juice, wine, and other cashew-derived products. There is also value addition for the nuts that can be turned into butter. It could also be turned into flour. It could also be turned into other products as well. The sector doesn't need a lot of money, or you don't need a lot of money. Relatively, you don't need a lot of money to go into that sector. If you have between 1.4 million Ghana cedis to 20 million Ghana cedis, you will be able to come to Ahafo region and set up a cashew processing plant. And I know this, I said this is not a lot of money because I know there are Ghanaian millionaires who can easily do this. So let's not wait for foreigners to come and take advantage of it. Foreigners are invited, but let our Ghanaian entrepreneurs take advantage of this opportunity here. The next one I want to talk about is a grain processing hub. Now we know the Ahafo region is strategically located, so all the food products and the grains that are coming from the northern region come here. My voice to see how we can, it's back. And from those that are coming from the southern region as well, comes to this central location. So what that means is that there's a lot of opportunity for aggregation and logistics. So companies can come here and set up a processing hub for collection, grading, and distribution of grains, such as rice, maize, and other grains. There's also opportunity to set up silos for drying, for warehousing. There's also opportunity to use these raw products to manufacture poultry feed, livestock feed, and agriculture. And there's also opportunity for food processing to turn these grains into flour, and to starch and cereals as well. The typical investment amount for setting up a silo is about 1 million to about 5 million US dollars. So yes, we are inviting investors who are watching us today to take advantage of this opportunity. The next opportunity I'd like to talk about, next slide please, is cassava processing. Let's back up. It's cassava processing. Again, there's tremendous opportunity for us to come and set up a cassava processing plant here to take advantage of the raw materials that we have. We can turn the cassava into industrial starch, cassava flour. It could even be turned into ethanol. And of course, it could also be turned into the gari that we all like. So we are inviting investors to come and take advantage of it. A typical cassava processing plant would cost you about 1.9 million Ghana cedis. You wouldn't make a lot of returns, between 25% to 45% if we were to invest in this venture. And the payback period, if we were to invest in this venture, would take about 2 to 3 years to get your money back. Next slide. Now, I have spoken about some of the investments that are available here. Now, I want to talk about how you can take advantage of these investments. And before I do that, let me introduce to you, for those of us who are not aware of my agency, which is the Ghana Investment Promotion Authority. We are an arm of government. We are a government agency. Next slide, please. We are a government agency, and our core responsibility is to promote investments, promote regions, just like we are doing here, facilitate, and then regulate the investment environment. So what that means is that as an investor, if you are coming into Ghana to invest, you make the GIPA your first stop. In addition to that, what we also do is we also register and we keep records of all enterprises in Ghana with foreign participation in it. And then finally, we also process investment incentives, those that I showed, those tax incentives, the exemptions and all that I showed. If you're interested in those, please come to us and we would make those available for you. We work with a lot of government agencies. We work with the Free Zones Authority, which is here. We work with the Ghana Standards Authority. So if you're an investor that wants to go into food processing, we can help you get all the permits you need from the free zones. We work with the Environmental Protection Agency. So if you're going into mining, you need to get your EPA license. We can help you do that. If you're going into banking, we work with the Bank of Ghana. We can help you get all those permits that you like. And we can also help you with ministries. If you're looking to meet any of those ministries, we can help you do that as well. So doing business in Ghana, it's straightforward. Previous slide, please. So as a foreign investor, to do business in Ghana, there are three things that you need to do. The first thing you need to do is to incorporate your company, register your company at the Office of Registrar of Companies. The next thing you need to do, if you're a foreign investor only, is to come to the GIPC, meet the minimum capital requirement, and then register with my agency, GIPC. And once you do those two things, the third thing you do is to go to your sector to get your sector permits. So like I was explaining, if you are going into mining, you need to go to the Minerals Commission to get your mining lease, to get your environmental permit. If you are going into drugs, you need to go to the FDA. So you go to your sector and then get your sector permit. Once you do these three things, you will be able, as a foreign investor, to do business freely in Ghana. Our laws have changed. Specifically, our investment laws have changed. So before a few weeks ago, as a foreign investor, if you were to come into Ghana to do investment, or even come to the Ahafo region to do investment, you were required to meet a certain minimum capital requirement. These minimum capital requirements were like $200,000, $500,000, $1 million before you could come into our country to do business. However, we saw that that wasn't helping a lot because that was blocking opportunities for investors who wanted to really come to Ghana, use Ghana as a base to start and grow, and then expand across the globe. So a few weeks ago, His Excellency the President assented to the new Ghana Investment Promotion Law. And what the law seeks to do is to do three main things. It does a lot, but these three main things that it looks to do. The first thing that it looks to do is that it looks to make the entry into our country much, much easier. So those minimum capital requirements that investors had to meet before coming here to do investment, those have been taken away. You don't need to show any minimum capital requirement as a foreign investor. If you want to come to the Ahafo or go also to do business, all you need to do is incorporate your company, register with us, go to your sector and get your sector permits, and then you can come and do business. However, there's one sector or one category of investments that we still have some minimum capital requirement, which is trading. Trading has historically been reserved for Ghanaians. So we have our mothers that are in the market, they are buying and selling. So those areas are still a protected area. So if you're an investor that's looking to go into trading, you need to meet about $500,000 minimum capital requirement. You need to show to Ghana that you are going into the upscale trading sector and not into the markets, and then we will be allowed to go into the trading. Even in addition to that, there are still restrictions as to where you can do trading in Ghana. So in Ghana, our laws are very clear that if you're a foreign investor, regardless of the amount of money you are bringing into this country, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot go into our markets to trade in our market. So all those foreigners that you see that are operating in our markets today, that are non-Ghanaians, but are foreigners that are operating in our markets today, are not in compliance with the law. And I'll use this opportunity to educate and advise all people who are in the market right now doing business that are foreigners. You are not in compliance with the law. Please come to GIPC, register with GIPC, be in compliance, get out of those designated areas that is a no-go area, and then you would be in compliance with the law. Again, a foreigner operating in our market is not in compliance with our law. So this is the end of my presentation, and I'd like to thank you very much for listening, and we'll be here to take all the questions that you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abdul Razak Baba. Ansana Yebeto Asuno, I just want to bring a little announcement. Pamucho, washroom, no? The washroom is, guys, it's on this side. The washroom is on this side. Mensabe Nkum Hase. Both ladies and gents in our Hase. Thank you very much. At this time, no, we have a very special segment in our program. We would like to invite Nana Ifia Sewa Manhema of Gosu traditional area to deliver the keynote address. Patrick the microphone. Patrick the microphone. Nebeba. Edasi bebre. Nebeba.
Yo, yada wasi bebre. Ni anidia modiaba oman hima. Nana Ifia Sewa otufo betwa hima. Betwa ho hia ebiti onumasem. Mami Yo, what is she? Casa.
Yo, Medamas. Edika Meda will be bias. Any I turn South Munina, my baby she more. Come me Baba Cabro for now. Yeah, Kunyan in the Yai share and Cabro for sir. A debe she ever come off, make capa, mamma boom says. In the Anopedia Becachi, Potacasaka cra. A mobibia quaba. Any or hanging I may want quaba. Say, ever public in our cabby. Na a handsome region. Sabe, why do I know one why? Me batiasi na na akosibo sompra no so pese goso ese sunyane ana kumase ana enkran edisi ebetimi aya ama na yekumase aya enkran ye sunyane dia na ye ne ya na ebetimi aya ama na ye yi enche bia adwoada no ena nana ayo de say kwaku woten eba me na so beka kire me say se na ni tuade hunu ba akon a wahu ne say waye enura yadugu emfusu enti October opese the whole Ghana sabi ya papa president kura beba bi aha ne beba bi di dwumadie no ye de apa ehon ntoma enti saa na me hwehwe se ne ya papa beka se ye kuromu a ye wa ade o ye wo koko ye wa hwedie ye wo me ye wo tima ye tu anwea ye wo niema bebre wa ha etimese se ya no mama mpanyimfo nte se ne na maba se mo ba beka a kire yen amasa dwumadi a mudi etimi atumpon etimese se am investment fo ni bebre emra mo ba na mo pass ase a ebi wo nyesa go so asase asa se ne ye aye ka no go so asase nsan ye papa mahama etu chana fo bi abase wo mra mesi agreke damai asase kakraka nam de akoma wo enkenekurum na enyesa bi a wo mo ba ne ade wo mo kofa afa ha eti mu hu se ye di dwuma bi enu nti na mo se asase asa no asase nsan efri kwantene boame mahame kwanta ho nyina aban mu ekohwidiem ba asase no ye go so asase edi se bi ba awasa mensumetimi de preba sane ebe ya emfaso bi ba so akro no benya mfaso enu nti na ba bi a ye nka nkọ ha na sebe meka kɔ ne sei enti asase deɛ da wakakraka mo ba na mo ka sɛ mo bebi adwuma bi wɔ ha yɛ mama asase a asase wɔ hɔ a menya bi de ama mo enti mɛsɛ sɛ dwumadi a mo de ato mo ho so a mo kyerɛkyerɛ akyɛ yɛ papa Lawrence baeɛ no obesi dan ma yɛn aburodan kakraka a wokɔ wura mu a ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa machines egum sɛ aburo no obi twa aburo a na aburo no sɛ ɛbɛsɛe a na yɛde akɔ hɔ na machine na dry ɛnso yɛamfa anyɛ adwuma eti hɔ no koraa mo koraa ma bɛyɛ a mo yɛ sɛ bi wɔ hɔ yɛtumi yɛ ne saa sɛnea no ɔde to so a na ahwedeɛ ɛne gaare ne ade ɛne ɛyɛ wei yɛbɛtumi akasa no matumi akɔyɛ ɛhɔ yɛ no matumi de hɔ no ayɛ biribi because machines go hɔ paa wɔn yɛ baako mmienu mmiɛnsa anyɛ adwuma abamba na abakɔ wei aba sɛ mo ba bɛyi aba foforɔ bɛba afei no mabɔ mabu no matena atɔ ba ha nti mɛsere sɛ mo ma yɛ nyina yɛn so sɛnea yɛyɛ no na ɛsɛ yɛyɛ miɛnhwɛ aba nkɔ nhwɛ aba ama ɛmra yɛnkyiri ma no yɛnkyiri ma yɛde yɛkɔ yɛnkyiri ma no a yɛreba no wɔn na wɔsi yɛpɛ biribi yɛ dɛ ɛde to wɔn ma wɔn mu na wɔn ba wɔn nso ehu sɛ a yɛn papa yɛn ɔfa na wɔn baayɛ no dwumadie sɛ na wɔn bɛdi nti yɛn nso yɛ ba abɛtoa so eti sese mɛsɛ sɛ mpanyinfoɔ no nnwuma bie no wɔn ani nɔɔso ha nsansa ha ne yɛ region sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ ababuru ne ewom na wɔn nyinaa bɛnyinya adwuma ayɛ meka no maka ne sɛ mo ba na mo bie nso a mo mfa kurom afo mo mfa Ahafo mma mo ba no mo afa mo nkorɔfoɔ firi baabi a mo ba no de wɔn aba na sɛbe mo ba no mo amfa Ahafo baabi a ne wɔnyɛ adwuma anyɛ na abie pono to na ɔde ahoma bɛfa fun kɔ a sɛ ɔno wayɛ ɛne ɛsɛ ɔne solitape tetale a ne abie mpoma no ne ɛde afa sɛbe wo bɛyɛ na afa na adwuma mu ɛna ama ne bi yɛyɛ a ebi anka nkɔ so wo kɔ na fun so oboto no wayi wo ma na adwuma yɛyɛ a nka nkɔ so saa nti mɛsere sɛ mo ba yɛ adehye no nso mo mfefa wo ma adwuma mu ma me na wo nso nya adwuma ni bi nyɛ na ma krono ne awudie ne nsɛmmɔne aba ne nyina to ntimi ntwa ɛna Ghana ayɛ den ɛsɛ Ghana ayɛ den papa eti nipa onya adwuma anya ne ɔbɛyɛ ɔbɛnya bibi atɔ bibi adi no ɛne na ɔbɛyɛ ti mɛsere sɛ me damase sɛ mo ba abɛdi sɛ adwuma die we nyinaa na nanom yɛ taa mɔkyi mo ba na asase ne mu pihwe bia ma bia me pono ama mo wo betimi aba na mo ne yɛ aba betimi aba abɛboa ma dwumadie na yɛ di ne nyinaa akɔ so ɛnyɛ sɛ aba we aba na mo bɛyɛ sɛ bisa aba we ba kɔ na aba foforɔ ba na aba ba yɛ ama wa mo aba no mo nto aso esan sɛ mo yɛ bebree sɛ sɛ wo hwɛ nneɛma egugu kwa mu ne ade a sɛ nka saa be ya to aso ama sɛbi nka akɔ akyiri no ne nyinaa gugu hɔ mia me market o mo ka kyerɛ m sɛ 6 months na mo ba mfie be kan sɛ 6 months abɛyɛ twɛsika ne da hɔ up to now sɛ kɔ hwɛ mu mura o mo sɛ o mo pɛ baabi at 24 market miɛnsa no na wɔn atumi asi awie eti sɛ ba sɛ wɔn awie o sɛ yɛn awie o na sɛ aban ba na aban kɔ a mɛsrɛ mo yɛ a mo ntoa so na mo ntumi nyɛma yɛn sɛ yɛn na ɛka nwura mu na aka kyɛ sɛ wodwene ho ayɛ a wɔnte ase nti mɛsrɛ mede me kasa ɛbɛ awie no manager odi anim panyin nyame nhyira no sɛ onye anisade hu sɛ obetumi abɛbie sɛ adwuma sei abɔdawuro ama obiara bɛbie adwuma wɔ ha obiara tumi abɛbie adwuma wɔ Ahafo bibiara sikasɛm ne ade nyina mbɛtoto ama bibiara yɛ kama nyame nhyira panyin a ɔda ano a nyame ma no anisade hu no sɛ ɔmmra mɛyɛ sɛ adwuma die wei wɔ ha aboafo ɔka ne ho nyina nyame nhyira mo sɛbe tikuro nkɔ agyina ɔno bɛka sɛ mo ma nso mu bi a ɛntimi nyɛ yie eti ɔno de ba na mo nso mo asom na atimi akɔ anim anta kyenkyirima ne ba o ma hu sɛ yɛn nso mo de nneɛma papa gu akyire ma yɛ nyame nhyira obi biara obi ɛkɔ nyame mfa obi ankodura asomdwem meda mo nyinaa ase
Nanefia Sewa the First, Manhema of the Goso traditional area. Yedase Bebre, Yamisho. At this point, I would like to invite Mr. Samid of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, Ashanti Region.
Thank you very much. Our Queen Mother and Mother of the region, colleague, the Deputy CEO, for Ghana Investment Promotion Authority. I bring you greetings from the CEO of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, Dr. Mary Awusi. I'm going to be very snappy because of time. So we'll be looking at what the Free Zone Authority offers, especially the incentives and enclaves as, again, the requirement, what one needs to get a license. So the Ghana Free Zone Authority is a government agency. Our foremost activity is to license companies that would export. So before you get a license, you need to convince us that you add value, because the greatest license, or most of the companies that get a license, are into what we call manufacturing, which we'll see very soon. So once you get a license, you should be able to export a minimum of 70% of your annual production. You should be able to export that outside the country. And we are saying that at the Ghana Free Zone Authority, there are two ways of having your factory or your business. You can locate or site your business in any part of Ghana, go so wherever, Bechem, or you can come to us and we'll give you a land. We have lands in 5 regions or 5 sectors of this country. So you can locate anywhere or be on our land. Of course, why Ghana, we already know. All right, so there's a misconception that Ghana Free Zone Authority is for foreign companies, because most of our big brands like Blue Skies, Olam Ghana, people think they are foreign companies. Yes, there are a good number of foreign companies, but, sorry, just a second, yes. So currently we have 358 active companies with us, or enterprises that are licensed by Ghana Free Zone Authority. By active means that we have more than 358, but there are some of them that are redundant, some of them that are dull, some of them are not in compliance with the rules, and so these are the active ones. So we have 169 of them, that is about 47% of them, that are only Ghanaian companies. So these are companies owned by Ghanaians. Then we have wholly foreign, 106. Then joint ventures. Joint ventures here will mean that these are companies owned by Ghanaians who are foreign partners. And we have, just like I said, manufacturing is the largest among our companies, about 76%. And then we have 44 of the companies that are into services. Then commercial is about 32. Then we have 9. Now, let me just explain, so we'll go to the next slide. I will not repeat this. By manufacturing, we are talking about companies that add value to raw materials. So because agriculture is a mainstay in this region, so for example, cassava, that is a raw material, you're able to turn it into cassava chips, cassava flour, or any other thing. Or plantain, you turn it into plantain chips, plantain flour, whatever. That is a manufacturing license. Then we have what we call service license. Here we are talking about people who provide services like communication services. So you set up a customer service company in Gosu here, and you get another company outside Ghana like Nigeria, like maybe a telco in Nigeria, where you provide customer services in Nigeria, although your company is located in Ghana. That is a service, or those who are into software development, ICT or software. Then we have commercial license. Here we say this is for people who break bulk. So you import semi-finished products or finished product from outside Ghana into Ghana, then you repackage. So there is little or no value addition here. So there are people who import mackerel, or what I call tin fish. Others import rice from other countries and ship them into the country. They clear them without paying duty. But the rule is that whatever that you produce or you import, 70% minimum of that would have to be re-exported outside Ghana. Then we'll have a developer license. This one is for those who are into, let me call it real estate, but not the typical real estate development. They are specialized into providing what we call industrial parks for free zone companies. They also are specialized in providing what we call warehouses or building factories for businesses. So this is what I've explained. So agro-processing, like I said, cassava, gari processing, whatever, jewelry, because gold is one of the major, gold mining is one of the major activities here. So if you want to go into adding value to the gold, you are into jewelry. Then we have textiles, those who produce clothing for us, pharmaceuticals, and what have you. I've explained this already. I've explained this. So what are the incentives? When you get our license, first of all, you have 100% exemption for your import and export duties. Sorry, just a second. Yes, so if you have our license, what it means is that for the next 10 years, so our license is for 10 years, you do not pay import and export duty. So whatever you import in terms of raw materials and machinery for your production purposes, you do not pay. Again, if you export your finished product, you will not pay the duties. We are also saying that if you have a license, you do not pay corporate income tax or the VAT, which is about 25%. Government says you don't pay. Even the electricity that you use for your production purposes, the VAT or the tax component is waived by government so that you're able to plow that money back for your business activities. For the sake of time, I just have to rush this. Okay, so this is the last one I'll talk about. We have lands across the country. We have Shama, we have Sekendi, we have Efienya, we have Tema, we have Greater Kumasi. So if you have a land, if you want to buy a land, that is government land, litigation-free land to site your factory, or you have partners outside, you can see us and we'll give you a litigation-free land for you to establish your factory. You can also, like I explained earlier on, establish your factory anywhere in Ghana, including Goso, and you'll get our license, so you are exempted from paying all the duties. So this is just a further explanation of what I've just explained. All right, so on this note, because of time, how do you get our license? That's the last bit I talk about. These are some of our free zone companies. To get our license, you just have to incorporate your business with the registrar of company. You need to give us a business plan that explains how you intend to scale up within the next 10 years, because our license is for 10 years. You need to also show us, although we do not have a minimum capital requirement, but at least you need to demonstrate that you have some basic facilities in terms of your site, in terms of your factory, or some money that you can run for at least the next 6 months before you are able to scale up. And then, of course, depending on the sector, if it is food, you need FDA. If it is mining, you need Minerals Commission, just like my senior colleague said earlier on. So on this note, this is Ghana Free Zone Authority. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akalilu. We'll now quickly go into our 3 pitches. They will be very brief, I'm sure of that. So the first one I'll invite to do a pitch is Mr. Jacob Adadi Intiamoa, Regional Development Planning Officer of the Ahafo Regional Coordinator.
Thank you very much. Nana Bahima, Chief Executive Officer, my own boss, all protocol duly observed because of time. My presentation is very short, only 35 slides, and I've been given 5 minutes. So I will move with supersonic speed, SSS. So pardon me if I'm moving too fast, it's because of the time constraint. Now, okay. So, kindly check on the, okay. So I'll do a brief profile of the Ahafo region, which has already been shown in the video. I think we collaborated in the presentation, so most of the things that are there are in my video, are already in the video. So I will be very brief. Oh, there. Okay. So the presentation is actually in English, but I'm being asked to add the tree. So as time goes on, I'll be adding the tree. Now, I'll focus on the key government initiative in Ahafo, including the big push and then justification for investing in Ahafo. All this have already been highlighted by both the video, the regional minister, and the honorable CEO. So I'm not going to talk much about it. Okay, so our vision is to become the most preferred choice for investment, work and habitation in Ghana, where people are inspired to be the best they can be. And this gives us a mission of ensuring that there is overall development in the region through effective coordination, harmonization, monitoring and evaluation of policies, programs, and plans of all district departments and agencies in the non-governmental organizations. So we coordinate activities. So that's why we collaborated with GIPC to organize this program. The CEO spoke about this template, so I will not talk about it again. He spoke about agriculture. I want to add that we have an estimated 2.6 kilometer square land area for agriculture. So you are always welcome. These are some of the products he spoke about. So I will not go into details. Bordier is abundant here. Cocoa is here. You can use it for food, medical products, chocolate, and pomade. We have cashew brandy. Cashew, which can be used for cashew brandy. In fact, we have one of the best cashew brandy. Give it a try before you go. Then we can talk about tomatoes, processing, ginger, because we have a lot of land and ginger products here which can be processed into all kinds of products. Other key agricultural potentials are fish farming. We have the Fisheries Commission here in Ahafo, ready to facilitate it if you want to go into fish farming. Poultry farming, small ruminant farming. The Department of Agric is here to help you, and then rice farming. As an initiative from government has taken the step to invest in a poultry and meat processing factory at Bechem. And this is seriously ongoing. This is an offshoot of the Nkoko Nkitinkiti program, and it's going to be an ultra-modern poultry, meat, and feed factory. It's an integrated and project that will ensure that there's even a place for training people, and an estimated 3,000 beds will be processed daily. So it will serve both Ahafo and the Bono regions. Also, there is easy access to services. For example, now we have a passport application center here in Goso. So you don't need to go to Sunyani, Kumasi, or Accra. You can get your passport right here in Goso, thanks to the coordination of the region. And then there's also peace and security through construction of the regional police command offices, and then accommodation for the police. Also the military have also been accommodated here. So this has contributed to a peaceful atmosphere for peace and also for investment. And then completion of a high court complex in Goso. All this thing will ensure that if you run into litigation, we don't think that you run into litigation. There is a courthouse and other courts to help you. Of course, the construction of the 24-hour economy market, 6 of them across the region. Nana, you spoke about the Goso one. I can assure you that it will be done with your support. You know, it's not easy with the relocation issues, but with a good collaboration, we can deliver that market in less than 3 years. Even within 2 years, we should be able to deliver that market. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, I'll finish in 1 minute. All contracts have been awarded, and it will come on. we have the Ajumarua program with focus on women and youth employment. 3 hubs are working in Ahafo. And we have the AWISE initiative that Ahafo Women in Skills and Employment. And then the National Apprenticeship Program. This AWISE is the regional minister's own initiative. So that mostly when we are talking about investment, talking about the brick and mortar. But here we are also talking about investing in the people. The young ladies, the young men who are the future, and ensuring that they have the skills so that when the big investors come, they can have people to work with. So this is one of the focus of both the Ajumarua program and then Ahafo WISE and then the National Apprenticeship Program. Of course, construction of the College of Health Sciences at the Kenyase for training of health professionals. This is something that has started because when the people are working, they need health professionals to take care of them. So we want to train them. And then Agriculture and Technology College at Sankwari for training of agricultural professionals. And then, of course, accreditation of UMAT campus at Kenyase for training of mining professionals. This has also been done, and last week it was launched and it will take off. And then under the book push, Honorable Chief Executive, the construction of the Maban Goso and then Bediaku Kasapi roads have been captured because you need the good roads to be able to facilitate movement of goods. And the initiative for urban renewal. Nana, this spoke of modernization of Goso, isn't it? So there are a lot of initiatives, and you see, the idea is that Goso, at a point in time, you only find such buildings. Currently, you have the roads areas don't look very attractive, isn't it? You see the kind of zincs we have. It tells you how old this building is. This is Abotansu area. This is the new station. The old station is around this area. This is the new market and the Michael I.J. Success House. We are hoping that in the next few years, all this region will be transformed into a modern city where you find only skyscrapers. Of course, timber, we've spoken about it, so mining, all this, they've spoken about it, so I'll not go into it. Tourism, we have a lot of tourism potential. I'm going to my last slide. Festivals, we've spoken about it. Festivals, because Nana is here, let me talk about the Abetuase Festival. Nana, it's a long time we celebrate. We would like to see that festival again because it is one of our tourism things that we need to. And then the Ntotroso Apomasu minister spoke about it. I would like to end here because there are a lot of potentials. But why come to Ahafo? We are saying that, one, Ahafo, it's very peaceful. Very peaceful. And we have the skilled personnel. And we are training more potentials. So when you come, we are ready to collaborate with you. You can see the collaboration in organizing this program, isn't it? Beatrice was asking me, are you going to fill the place? I said, we'll fill the place. And we filled the place to her surprise. So we are ready, always ready to work.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jacob Adadi. Thank you. And Tiamo, thank you so much. Next, I invite Mr. Eric Ejepon, CEO and Chairman of Ajabes Group of Companies and Chairman of the Ahafo Regional Chamber of Commerce, to briefly, very briefly, give us a speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. They are unfortunate. Many people think that I know how Chamber of Commerce here, how Chamber of Commerce, yes. We started it 2024, isn't it? I thank Mr. Adadi Intiamoa. He sent us to America even, Nevada, Las Vegas. We met the governor over there. When you came, people were talking, why? We didn't inform us. But we went to radio and informed that we were registering the commerce, the Chamber of Commerce in their region. None of them can just about 20 people registered their names. It's very unfortunate. But whether you register your name or you don't register your name, we are there. I'm the acting chairman of the Chamber of Commerce. Our secretary is Makeji Jr. Rather unfortunate, he's not here. He's attending some important meeting in Sunyane. Nana come out of Gosu, Nana Efiasewa. My own mother, yes, I've been Gosu here. Chief Executive Officer, GIPA. I thought it was GIPC, but I've seen that it's GIPA instead. Distinguished invited guests, my colleague entrepreneurs, ladies and gentlemen. As we are gathered here today to celebrate the spirit of enterprise and to forge strategic partnership that will shape the economic future of our beloved region, Ahafo is uniquely blessed with abundant natural resources from our fertile agricultural lands, which yield gold, best gold in Ghana here, from Ahafo. Cashew, we have our foodstuffs here, and more deposits in the region. However, the true worth of Ahafo lies in the resilience, innovations, and unwavering determinations of the people. Nananum, ladies and gentlemen, our local business community is rapidly expanding. We are not only interested in producing raw materials again. Our vision now is centered on agro-processing, value addition, and embracing digital innovations that create sustainable jobs for our teeming youth. We recognize that to build a resilient economy, the private sector must collaborate with the government, that's the traditional authorities, and developmental partners. Ahafo is recognized as one of the most peaceful and investor-friendly regions in Ghana today, under her leadership, Honorable Charity Gardner. We have a safe, secure environment with reliable access to essential amenities. Therefore, let me use this platform to extend an open national invitation to investors, financial institutions, and international partners. Our lands are ready. Our systems are ready. And our people are fully prepared to do business and to partner with you. To my fellow business leaders, listen. Let's use this occasion to network, share ideas, build synergies that will elevate local enterprises. Let's turn our discussions today into actionable activities, initiatives that will drive growth across this region and beyond. Once again, I thank our distinguished guests for making the time to be here, and I wish all highly productive celebration and fruitful networking session. Thank you very much, Madam.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric Ejepon. Thank you. And finally, I invite Mr. Mutawakil Idrisu, Regional Planning Officer of the Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority, to briefly give us his presentation.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Nadahiwa, Chief, and our guest from Accra. So I would like to stand on the existing protocol to do this presentation. So in fact, much have been said about the investment opportunities that we have in the region. So my presentation will be so brief. But one thing that has not been talked more about is the spatial interaction of those investments. Because you can do that and investment opportunities will become constraints so as to destroy your settlement if you don't know how to place them on space. So we are going to look at the compatibility issue of investing in Ahafo region. So we start with why they need to understand the spatial structure of Ahafo before you do your investment. The first is it helps us to identify strategic growth centers, because we do investment to make profit. So the spatial analysis will help you to know, though the opportunity exists, but where can you maximize the cream of the market? So by doing so, it helps you to identify the high population concentration, the growing consumer markets, better infrastructure, access to skilled labor, and then strong government support. So aside that, it also helps you to identify sector-specific investment, such as commercial agriculture, agro-processing near production site, designated areas, and then eco-tourism. Yeah, so it also helps you, very, very important, to reduce investment risk. So investors avoid costly mistakes by understanding flood-prone areas. So you say we have opportunities in Goso, but you come and place your business on a flood-prone area. So it means there will be a high risk that one day the flood will flush it away. So you also understand wetlands, the forest reserves, protected ecological areas, and then environmental sensitive areas. So by virtue of this, so the RCC has sanctioned the preparation of a regional spatial development framework. So that map out the opportunities, as you have said, and place them at a level whereby when you invest, there will be compatible land uses to ensure sustainable investment in terms of environmental risks and then economic shocks. So due to time constraint, I'll just touch briefly on some of the areas that we have. So when you take the map of Ahafo region, you first of all look at our forest reserve. We have been mentioning that we have opportunities in the forest, but how is it placed? So this is how the forest is being placed in terms of Ahafo region. Then we have our major settlements that are also dotted here. So we have a high-risk area, that is in terms of flooding. Those that are being circled with red. It means when you are investing in those areas, you should work very close with the assembly in terms of permitting to know that you don't place your investment on those areas. So we also have what we call the economic corridors. These are proposed corridors per the planning standards and the manuals. We map out areas that have high economic potentials. Basically, those settlements are dotted along the main road. We have the main road emanating from a settlement we call Wamahinso. So when you traverse that, you take it to where we call Ntotroso, to Kenyase, then to Hwidiem, Nkasem, down to Goso. So settlement dotted along those areas, they have high economic potentials in terms of population, in terms of proximity to the road network, and then in terms of proximity to market centers. So there's easy circulation when investments are carried out along those areas. So when we also look at our spatial structure, you could realize that one of the potentials is our water bodies. But the settlements in Ahafo, they have strong relationship with our water bodies. They share their boundaries. They demarcated their boundaries. We have a calm water body, but you can provoke it by putting development along the water courses. So what we are proposing is that in Ahafo region, though we had these enormous water resources, but they are less untapped. For instance, we lack a regional water abstraction system. And River Beer can be like a right place to invest in it. According to the Water Resources Commission, that one alone can supply the entire Ahafo region 24/7 all year round. If that a potential is being used. We have the River Tunnel, which is also presenting such an opportunity for us. So though we had the economic potentials, but they are being ranked in terms of their readiness to accommodate investment. So our first urban center, that is our highest settlement in the region is Goso. Then we have large urban settlements such as Bechim, Duyankwanta, Kenyase, and Mim. They are also large, but they are not competing with Goso, because Goso is the regional capital. That's the first order settlement. We also have secondary towns, so the map will demonstrate it. So the secondary towns are Hwidiem and then Kukuom, because they are melting to connect other settlements here. Hwidiem is now melting to merge with Kenyasa. So in investing in Kenyasa, you consider the population in Hwidiem to be part of Kenyasa, because there is easy access and a first-class road connecting the settlement, and the built-up is merging. We also have a same happening to Kukuom and then Goso. So the special nature is telling us that Goso stands alone, but the functions, it can help Kukuom in carrying out certain functions. We also have market towns, such as Sankore, Ntotroso, Nobeko, and Co. So there are also market centers that we have. So investment opportunities that you can do along these areas. We have logistics and then transport services, warehousing, hospitality facilities. So investment located along these areas experience low transport cost and market. I have only 10 slides, so let me just do. Yeah, so when you also look at the population of the region, this is how it is behaving, including the population density. So the density will tell you that how many people are occupying an area of a kilometer square of land. Then we have identified that Asutifi North, though not being the regional capital, but will have the highest growth rate. But in terms of absolute number, Goso will continue to lead. So by virtue of that, there is going to be increased demand for housing and then services in Asutifi North and then that of Goso. So when you also look at the spatial location of our economic activities, the potentials we've mentioned from morning up to now, this is how some of them are being dotted on space. So look at the mining areas, they are basically clustered here. That is in the middle. We look at the large-scale animal production zones with the respective colors created here. Plantations are also dotted. Agro and then timber processing areas are also here. But we have one important feature here, which is the main cluster zone. That's the agriculture cluster zone that we have in the region. Our assessment indicates that destruction here will affect the entire economy of Ahafo region. You can invest, but we are discouraging land conversion in this area. So that's it. So we have the emergence of major plantation agricultural belts, where you can easily access these commodities there. And these are the affected communities. Dema, Tachimantia, and then the other areas. So when you juxtapose the population with the economic potentials, you are getting 3 major growth poles. That will lead us to the next importance of doing the spatial analysis. So the 3 major poles are: 1, we have the central mining and then industrial hub. By virtue of the presence of Newmont in this area and other medium and small scale mining areas, the Hwidiem and Kenyasa, they are merging to become our industrial hub. Then we also have the Eastern Agricultural Growth Belt, meaning investment in this area will give you huge returns. And we have the Northern Growth Pole, which is Goso. So by virtue of it being the regional capital of the area. So things that you can do in the mining zone are some of these things. Mining support services, which you have mentioned. Industrial parks, logistics centers, modern residential facilities. And let me conclude with this slide. So we have the North Growth Pole, which consists of Goso. So we are looking at investment in education, intensification. We call it vertical intensification because when you look at the structures that Repo showed, these are planned areas. It isn't that they are not planned. They are planned. But we are now looking at the value of land in Goso as against the structures that are on the land. So therefore, we are proposing vertical intensification, whereby we put this one down. Instead of 1 story, we make it 2 or 3. So investors can come and negotiate with the traditional council so that we have the CBD. This is the main CBD road. So that we can have these areas. It's no, you can no longer get land here to buy unless we move into the vertical intensification. So it is an investment opportunity for people to come in and then invest. So my last slide, will be on tourism. So when you look at our tourism in Ahafo region, we mentioned tourism this thing continuously. It is basically nature-based. So that is one of the advantages that we are enjoying. It isn't built-based. It is just nature. So it only needs small investment to make it a tourist attraction. So when you look at the map, we are getting our Mim Lake and then all those things happening around this section of the region. So that is where we call the ecotourism priority zone, consisting of Gulf, so that is Asnafo North, up to Kenya, so that is the Asutifi North. So when you do that, we have what we call our regional tourism circuit. So from this circle, it is a potential area for you to invest in tourism. And these are some of the things that we are proposing in that area: ecotourism, forest lodge, nature parks, botanical garden, recreational parks, and then all those things. So we expect investors, when they are coming to invest in tourism, it should be around this area so that we can ensure compatible land uses for our region. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mutawakil Idrisu, for such an informative and educational presentation. Apologies to our presenters that we have to rush you because they say you drew long time to say yanyan in tama. Yanyan in tama, a combedi a binum say yan in tam. Just one round of questions. Pamucho bebre, say microphone about why our question on our bonitive to not yetimia contempt. Your roving mics and a beba round. You befa 3 questions, but GIPA staff, we are all over. Your doors from nearby. Your registration table with you. Afterwards, no. Upesa only speakers ni because our presenters. Omuninawa network and speak to people. But see, no discussion, no. You're being very brief because of time. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for your understanding. Pacho, you beg your microphones, kakra. Upesa obisa samana. So now we introduce where you are coming from. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Samuel Isando, Plan of Sautanano Municipal Assembly. Now, what's your region? Yeah, we say one potential area to me a developer a ceramics and a poultry, specifically poultry. Tano river, specifically Tano so near ya. No a coso party. Media in Susuye say in Painfo Bidebeko, Agrimuna, and also Yadiaka areas here. Ye pese ye develop no eho.
Hello. Yeah. So, na mcho now but someone can deny a brofo. Yeah. As someone can deny a brofo. I am one was a Mr. More because I will say what the chino ever frabrofo. Ubi ya brofon. And I'm telling you for a fact, about 30% of the people only heard what you said. Majority didn't hear. So, when you go to other places, you identify the people and you know the language that the people speak so that they will understand fully what you really want to mean. No. There be me person me defra. Say me can't throw home. When you home dia. Oh, send it here. When you home dia, say the boy a woman betting ya me person me share no. Yes. Nafe, aha, yes, and Sassino waha, and Nipano waha. Ye wo or preparing say be yejuma. No mum, or how can see wahano eyisikasem. And nunti, a quaya mube faswa, titru mube boama bankers no banks no, but because yen your may titru pa akubobosia was some of these banks now. I want to mean to know Mufie. Obi ma loan the following week no washa say or Gini Sika. Or the ma no asa. Enti kwamba number for so a ubetua de aka no. Ekobasa no washa say or di ntitentete na odwane. Enti yebesre say kwan a ebefa so nsase se na mo kan ye won identify ni nyina kama basika ye de ye adwuma no eno ne ohaw kese na wo ha no medamase.
Mepam Chaya Fremen Hana Bedu. Me wo Eric J Fashion Institute. Mepa Chow. Ye kasan ye kafa ekwan ni nyina enso kan ho bet. Me father wo betray from Bediakon Eko. A free abebrese Eko honya ye 2 anua ewo ho. But ekwan na car no efa so ba no, to be frank enye. Ena wo free hand so ko no fair no ewo hro. Me free ha ko komase me 55 cedis. But me free emem Eko ho no me 25 cedis. Eya me ya fair no ewo hro ma me because ekwan ni nya ni nti no. Omu ntimi and reduce the price and I was sure sir. Namas.
Okay, two more questions. Thank you. One hand here and one here. Thank you.
Me a fish farmer. Your friend John Hayford Asare. Me watch a bidi. As you say, near yen we are singing no. Dear Yami boy ya or the Achayan qua ayan sassy news you. Say yan ye hadn't shed any num to be our ha, me consume nam. And think I won't suaka see a bit to me a year fish farming in mana ya, Ibenya namoha. Now so much your water bodies if shed ye soon a year. In fact, in penny.
Meba Joe, Medindi, Nana Kofi Boachi, or mine, Chammy. And in the Equaso. As I said, a dress will be Baba, you may be among minor. A need Gisep. si ebeboa nananom beboa ama mo nya asase eduru ba bia nananom de asase bema se haye Ahafo koko ne edua sabi ukoji obi ajapade enu na bia odidi so ede hwe ne ma enso compensation no mo pese mo de ma se nananom de ma no anse na mo pese mo fa no wata se de mo mpemfo no nam de hye botom a mo yehunu mo tronko ma banti efi say nansen entoko a ye kunu wo ayi enkrekrum yes abaya de China phobia baso meye dwumadie bi ho miti bi edum bia ne yeko wo musi wo mu katapila ni wi odwu 30 minutes ni abafre ni afre MC ni afre ohima ni afre nanam ni yeko compensation ni mo ma ne mra ni enfre nipa no enfo na de enhye ne se wodi azu adi enya wo dia na dwuma na baso ni afa ade hye da mo ye dwuma every say krono enya ye region ne de enya ye region ye ko yachi ye ko ye nimu asabai
go so achia mehre na kasa no efem na na kwabran samwa said de menu e kan ye kan ne sa nnetie so am pass am tiwoi na me kokko na hweme na adru se aban peso ye bibi wo ho eya de pa esese mensa ka misika kra ansa na some investment no na said do peso ye adwuma no akoso nti yasem pi said de menua no nana kan ye no eya de ahia papa ade ahia say yenhwe edwaye omka so musi ombeka kire say we bank this kanaba ayento chekura ye de ye ne enani kire ya na say mompanimfo no na duru ho na mudi bibia ye na basabasa nyame anim enya de etwa ye kura ena koko ena kuta o man na mo ye mo program a mo kasa kasa kura mo ka mo brofo akasi akasi koko na hwe bebre nipa bebre esu koko asam kura mo ntimi antima nka ho nambotre mo ntima nka ho wi kura identify no ma me ye hu so ho ntimi sre mora na sam bia mo ko ba bia koko wo ho a mo nka koko asam pa na koko ne kuta o ma no me damase
nana ya da se bebre. Okay. So Mary responded to some of them. For example, ceramics, a very good suggestion. Ya noti. And road network. Yes, mommy. Say me kasano me can say under the big push and other initiatives. Mem kasapin. Omo yes sa kwan na wo ka ho asem no timi ye sure say enche bia omu wie no so a feeder roads ne highways so ye enkwan ketewa no eno so nti ye wie a me ne obekasa na mahu specific area na wo ka no na so omo nyan capture ya ka ho asem na afi nana wo ka bibi aba capital offer capital yes ya de a nti na ye tutu niema sese wo hwa a republic aba commercial de omo hadada na other banks so try say omo beba ni nyina location who say banks omo pe CBD enti sa renewal program na ye ka no say ebia adan na wo sebio abotan so ho no sa central business district no I see kwan no sebi adan short no say yetimi yi ni nyina and here a comprehensive renewal program because bank no they like the ambience who dine na attracting now we be located because who the usika ko to dine we na say be dine no you will not go there but you want a secured place into I say ya ne nananom nyina ye ka bom any kroma for no kabum na yetimi yes our development no. Fish farming, yes, me kasano, me can about fish farming. Enti a Fisheries Commission ha me boy me kan they are prepared to work with you. As to issue na say no and only the bigger national issue and yentimi kan wo ha. Enti no obia so responsibility. Ohwe community na interest. If it's a national interest and brano ma for example, if they want to build a forward operation center to protect all gods Ahafo. So ya for pe baby atena asase na ye pe amomo no sebi wu nipa ba ko woso the national interest will override your private interest. That is the law. But eventually aban be den obe compensate you. And me so men kan we na men fa advice we free advice. Go so nsase na wo ha no majority or all of them me can Ahafo. Apart from I think during Quantine, we say Bechem, most of the lands are vested land. You can say vested land that you say, Assassino, eshe abainsa, and an anonymous then, eshaso, and no free to take, and you are vested into government. Until, oh, Matia, Nana, where they are me explain it, a vested land, and a abain, nananum, and manage. Nti nana de be maw ba esa wo kọ aban mu aye lands commission na wa kọ register na wa je document e kire se asase no udidi so most often ansase bebre no nipa kọ no ani se odidi so oni paper efi lands commission enti eba compensation a sebi nana manim yemfa ano sebi o ene adidi compensation esa ode paper Uwo cocoa land, cocoa ni yawo dia. Titi obi anim say yawo dia because you are possessing the land. Possession is the highest sense of ownership. Yawo dia. But untimi fa call bank enko jebosia because we need paper. I say lands commission and a maw paper. I obetimi dia call bank and obetimi dia call international community akoka say cocoa we media. Most often bebre na any paper. Me mama bia me boa na mana any paper. Our dying our property is worth over about 4 million cedis. I will go so ha, but only paper ba kokura. Afena or ye paper. Enti without that paper no, won't mean fine ye bank kokura NG now amount even 1 million Ghana, even though over 4 million worth of property no 500 kra on farm because we need paper. Enti advice and person me demand into compensation sem no as I say obia hwe se obe register ne land call lands commission e koje paper e to farm no so o land no so bibia wo ye bia je paper to so nti aban ba wo fire eno no aban suro because lands commission an I issue na we ne paper na say be wa kodo so who did this so fine and no you are just patching nti oba otimi I say wo was kete da obi asase so a o se me be fa me asase and they say obebebo kete no aka ho me da se.
Thank you so much. Madam Asibebre me pa cho mo am questions am ntimi a mbisa no ye pon a mo betimi any akasa any other speakers ni na akasa ye pa mo cho bebre nti no ye pese ye invite Mr. Joseph Frimpong Nayo Ahafo, RCC Chief Director, to give us closing remarks. Thank you, sir.
The Deputy CEO, Ghana Investment Promotion Authority, Nana Hima Goso, all invitees, the Masipas Matimi Atna Hoabedru Sabri, and Jumadia Yadien so Esso Bu Yepa. And yet, Tembian Benyas our platform. GIPA. So, to me, I'm a platform here. Say, you did ye, said the Beya Ahafo. And so, Bekon and him, Efa Impuntu. Honorable Regional Minister by Kasai P. Efa near Regional Coordinating Council. Any assemblies, no, bet me, I hear the Abua, said the Beya Ahafo region, Bekonkai. The Deputy CEO for Ghana Investment Promotion Authority. Also, Bekan said, "Dear, won't be to me Abuana, ya package Ahafo ye aton ama investors." Said the Beya Ska, Ekura Omo Munimba Bia on the Beko, on Bedani, the Ahafo region. No, and so as we papa. Near Tosso and so Repu, Ebe Kasai, and we share land use and spatial planning authority head, on also Be Kasai. Nina Etre Ahumboa coordinating council, any assembly, so aye, said the Beya, some investors be by Ahafo regional. You bet me as so much in terms of infrastructure, in terms of since I see one day, assassino ewo. So I already say bet you have compensation kakra amawa, and the dahwa a bit me after the APBA. Nana Yadamasi, Ubia or Kase Nina Yadamasi. Nani here pan say if he ha. Bien steps and ebeteki. They are making sure send you ebe kan wahano. Ebe bum edi infrastructure abre region. District assemblies and municipal assemblies. More rule SMU play. Regional coordinating council. Yes, you rule SSA play. Nanano someone says in the mundi can town planning for and she said Neja Jabi Egu who said the investors in a bar. Omun Fabrim one son or Monsa Casasi, the Dioma Didi. And Ghana Investment Promotion Authority. So the Shaman boss said, Fin Necro, will be minister or more. Or Beham Wadi, and Timuye ready. Now, said you want me a breeze and you may need to actually idiot. I think so much no choir. Say, what me faster the Beya region so bet me a conani. Yet the we be asked. Mama Encoso ending it at home. Partnership in the here. Young collaborate, young for the region no Enco Babia, SACO. Na Ubia to me and your home and fast one region so at me at the waffle. The Damasipa, Yamin Shrubia.
Mr. Nayo, thank you very much. But I'm sure your poor arrangements are your day pony. I'm sure the time now you show Ahafo region video no mini ha and see your pamcho. You better show video na or marshe. I think so. You pet your bebon pie near the close. Na fe, you nano make your picture any your dignitaries, a picture. But I'm sure be brea, my aunt Nasi, nano more qua, na ya sorry. Fair, lunch will be ready, a bare packed lunch. And say thank you so much for your patience. The video.
Heavily endowed with fertile soils, commercial gold deposits, and dense forest reserves, the Ahafo region is one of Ghana's most resourceful economic frontiers, offering diverse profitable investment opportunities backed by major national industrial development initiatives. Crafted in 2019 from the former Bron Ahafo region, Ahafo is home to an estimated population of about 570,000 people, predominantly engaged in agriculture, agro-processing, mining, commerce, forestry, and timber production. With Goso as its regional capital, the region covers a land area of approximately 5,193 square kilometers and is traversed by the Bear and Tano rivers, which provide abundant water resources for agriculture and industry. Agriculture remains the backbone of the regional economy, employing nearly 2/3 of the active labor force. Ahafo is a major producer of cocoa and cashew, alongside food crops such as cassava, cocoyam, and plantain, particularly within the Asunafo North and Esutifi North districts. Significant opportunities exist for investors to establish processing facilities for cashew nuts, cocoa derivatives, palm oil, and other agricultural products. Strategic partnerships with existing facilities, including MIM Cashew, can further strengthen the region's cashew processing industry. In addition, 650 acres of fertile land have been earmarked for the Sutifi South Farmer Scheme project, dedicated to commercial vegetable production. Supported by a dedicated irrigation dam, 6 mechanized boreholes, and reservoir tanks, the project is expected to generate approximately 500 direct jobs for young people. The Sutifi Processing and Services Center, APSC, established by Newmont Ahafo Mine, currently supports more than 2,600 farmers in cultivating and processing ginger and chili pepper into powders and flakes, demonstrating the region's commitment to sustainable agriculture and value addition. Similarly, the Sankori Cocoa Station, operated by Cocoa Board, maintains a 1,000-acre demonstrational farm dedicated to hybrid cocoa seedlings and improved pod production, helping farmers increase productivity while creating opportunities for investors in cocoa research, seed multiplication, irrigation systems, and farm inputs. With increasing mechanization across the agricultural sector, attractive business opportunities also exist in agricultural equipment leasing, including tractors, combine harvesters, plows, irrigation equipment, drones, and precision farming technologies. Israel Mango Farms, the region's largest mango plantation, spanning over 150 acres, supplies fresh mangoes for juice production, dried fruit processing, and export markets. The farm welcomes investment partnerships in irrigation systems, refrigerated transport, renewable energy solutions, cold chain logistics, and post-harvest handling. Ahafo's extensive forest reserves provide abundant opportunities within the timber value chain. The timber industry is the region's second largest employer, with MIM serving as its principal commercial hub. Investors can capitalize on opportunities in sustainable timber harvesting, sawmilling, furniture manufacturing, veneer production, plywood manufacturing, engineered wood product, and wood exports. Ahafo occupies a central position in Ghana's mining industry, anchored by large-scale multinational operations. Newmont Ahafo Mines remains the region's largest mining operation, providing approximately 7,000 direct and indirect jobs while improving livelihoods through the Newmont Ahafo Development Foundation, NADEF, which invests significantly in education, healthcare, water systems, and community infrastructure across 10 communities in the Esutifi North and Tano North districts. These mining operations generate sustained demand for engineering services, heavy equipment maintenance, technical spare parts, industrial chemicals, personal protective equipment, haulage services, catering, accommodation, environmental consulting, and specialized mining technologies, creating significant investment opportunities for local and international suppliers. Ahafo is an important commercial hub within Ghana's Middle Belt. Goso Market is the largest market in the region and the second largest market in the Middle Belt after Techiman, serving as a major trading center for agricultural commodities. To stimulate regional commerce, the Ahafo Regional Coordinating Council is implementing an ambitious program to modernize selected markets under Ghana's 24-hour economy initiative. The newly developed Hridium Market has designated land for this transformative project. private sector investors can take advantage of opportunities in cold storage facilities, modern warehouses, solar-powered energy systems, transport terminals, distribution centers, and agro-logistics services. Rapid urbanization, population growth, and expanding mining activities have increased demand for integrated waste management solutions. Integrated Recycling and Compost Plant Limited, ARICOP, has established itself as a pioneer in recycling in the region, demonstrating the commercial viability of the circular economy. Additional investment opportunities include establishment of waste transfer stations to improve collection efficiency, expansion of recycling facilities across plastics, paper, metal, and organic waste streams, production of compost for cocoa, vegetable, and commercial farming, manufacturing recycled plastic products such as buckets, bowls, containers, and household items, production of refuse-derived fuel, RDF, for cement and steel industries, export-oriented organic fertilizer production. Sumera Farms, the largest locally owned palm plantation in the region, spans more than 1,500 acres and combines palm oil production with gari processing and other agricultural enterprises. The oil palm value chain presents investment opportunities in palm oil refining, soap and cosmetic manufacturing, industrial oils, animal feed production, biomass energy, activated carbon production from palm kernel shells for gold purification and water treatment. The Technology Solutions Center in Beijing serves as a vocational institution equipping young people with practical artisanal skills. Graduates manufacture simple agricultural processing equipment and provide technical services to local industries. Investment in modern workshops, student accommodation, digital laboratories, equipment, and teaching facilities could expand enrollment and strengthen the region's skilled workforce. Beyond its economic resources, Ahafo possesses enormous tourism potential. The spectacular Membour mountain range near Mem offers ideal conditions for hiking, rock climbing, paragliding, camping, ecotourism, and recreational development. Kukuom, one of the region's oldest traditional settlements, is deeply rooted in Bono Akan civilization, providing opportunities for cultural tourism development. Ahafo is steadily emerging as a breeding ground for football talent. The region has produced players such as Caleb Urenchi, who plays professional football in Denmark and who represented Ghana at the recent 2026 World Cup in America. Communities including Bechem and Driayaunkwanta continue to nurture promising young footballers, creating investment opportunities in football academies, sport infrastructure, talent development, sports medicine, and sport tourism. The presence of high-income professionals employed by mining, forestry, and commercial enterprises continue to drive demand for executive residential housing, modern gated communities, international standard hotels, conference facilities, serviced apartments, high-quality private schools, healthcare facilities, retail, and lifestyle development. The Ahafo region is ready for investment. The Ahafo region is open for business. Ghana is open for business.